Gojira just did something no other metal band in history was able to achieve before: perform at the Olympics. And it was incredible! Now, I actually posted a short reaction video on my second channel, MB2, right after the performance, and there I said that, we all knew that Gojira would perform in the Olympics a couple of days before it happened, and in reality, I honestly didn't really think that it would be a full-scale performance. I was 100% sure that it would be a, just a short cameo of a metal band just to show, hey, we have diversity here, and look at us, we even have metal bands in France, or a metal band in France. Yeah, I'm recycling my jokes for 2 channels now. Sorry about that. But anyways, no, it was a full-scale performance, and in reality, it actually became a centerpiece of the entire opening ceremony, and not only for metalheads, but pretty much for everyone, according to the hype it created online. So now that we have a little bit more information, we can state for sure that Gojira worked on this performance in collaboration with Victor Lamans and performed it together with the opera singer Marina Viotti, who is actually no newcomer to the world of heavy metal. As I actually had no idea, but before becoming a world-renowned opera singer, Marina has actually performed in several metal projects, including the bands Lost Legacy and Soulmaker, with her latest studio work in the metal world being done roughly 15 years ago.
Nice.
But anyways, together with Marina, Gojira performed a song which is titled, and I hope that my French subscribers will forgive me for that, Ça ira.
You're not speaking French!
Now, Ça ira is actually a French revolutionary song that emerged during the French Revolution in the late 18th century, originally written by a guy called Ladré, a former soldier turned street singer in around 1790. So, for all of you guys who wondered whether it was an original Gojira song, well, no. The title of Ça ira loosely translates as "it will be fine" or "it will be okay", and the song of course became an anthem for revolutionaries, symbolizing the hope and determination of the people to overthrow the monarchy and establish a republic, with its original lyrics being very optimistic and reflecting the aspirations for liberty, equality, and fraternity. Yet, over time, as the revolution got a little bit more violent, the lyrics of Ça ira have changed as well, until it became something which suits quite well for a metal performance with several beheaded women in it. Now, talking about the beheaded woman herself, the whole Gojira part of the performance at the opening ceremony of the Olympics was part of the celebrations of Les Miserables. And in case you didn't put 2 and 2 together, the beheaded woman was Marie Antoinette. Or I guess Marie Antoinettes, as there were quite a lot of them present at that castle. And this performance itself symbolized the whole essence of resistance and non-conformity, and we're gonna leave the political connotation aside for now, although I'm sure that in light of the recent French elections and everything that is going on in Europe, there were some.
Yeah, me too.
But anyways, given the whole revolutionary connotation of Ça ira, it was very symbolic that it was a metal band performing this revolutionary song, which I guess is known to every French person, for the very first time at such a grand mainstream event as the opening night of the Olympics. By the way guys, here you might be wondering, why do I have a Metallica Ride the Lightning vinyl record behind me in this video? And the answer is very simple. Today is actually Ride the Lightning's 40th anniversary, and I am about to release another long video about the history and all the hidden facts. You know, our regular nerdy episode about this legendary Metallica album in just a couple of hours after I released this one, and I'm actually really worried about it because I never did that before. So there is a high chance that by the time you're watching this video, there is already a new video about this legendary record out on the channel, and I would really appreciate it if you would watch it right after this one. But alright, let's continue.
No.
This Gojira's performance of course opened the gates to the whole discussion once again about metal bands performing at mainstream events. And here's the thing, one of the main arguments against it from non-metalheads, of course, is that a regular person would not be able to stand heavy metal music being blasted at a mainstream event and would most likely switch the channel, resulting in a huge loss in advertised money and so on and so forth. Well, guess what? This Gojira's performance actually proved that no, absolutely not. People usually watch such occasions for entertainment purposes, and for entertainment purposes only. And whoever is able to give them this entertainment deserves all the praise you can possibly get. And guess what? Metal bands are actually pretty good at it. And this has once again been proven by the response of the non-metal community to Gojira's performance last night. As today I deliberately went on social media and read dozens, if not hundreds, of comments from non-metalheads regarding last night. And guess what? One of the highlights of the entire opening ceremony for pretty much everyone was Gojira's and Marina's exceptional cinematic and theatrical metal performance. And the craziest thing is that Gojira did not even tune down their heaviness for this mainstream event at all. If anything, quite the opposite, they blasted their metal loudly and proudly, and it still did not turn off pretty much anyone, because first of all, it's not the 70s anymore. People are used to loud music, as they call it, and secondly, well, there's nothing a metal band can actually do to shock today's viewer, because let's be realistic here, we see way more things in real life today. So what does this Gojira's performance mean for metal on a grand scheme? Well, first of all, it is of course a great thing for Gojira themselves, as they just became an A-League players right away. And not only in France or Europe where they were such before, but pretty much all across the world, as millions of people all around the world were watching this performance, and I'm actually really curious to see how their Spotify stats will change next month. But in addition to that, it showed that metal can and will be accepted rather well by the mainstream masses if done right, which maybe, just maybe, will finally open the gates to us seeing more metal bands performing at such events as the Super Bowl halftime show or the Euro Cups, World Cup, you name it, which I, not being a gatekeeper at all, actually believe is a great thing. Because realistically, yes, none of us metalheads of course care about whether Gojira or Metallica or anybody else will perform at some mainstream event. We will listen to our favorite bands no matter what. But it is through such occasions that a young generation of fans usually discovers new bands for themselves. And I'm actually 100% sure that through Gojira's last night's performance, a huge amount of teenage boys and girls will finally discover a wonderful world of heavy metal for themselves. As in all honesty, I hardly can think of a better entry point to the world of metal than the performance Gojira put out last night. But anyways, what do you guys personally think about Gojira's performance, and who do you think would be the best band to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show if it ever happens? There's the right answer for you right there, by the way. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll prevail. Slava Ukraini!